Well, alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say hey, you can.
Hey,
Hey,
so
Well, on that note, uh, let's see what's up with what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, without further ado, last time you guys were in this fish hag's den. You discovered RinceWind's ally, but mutated to a degree, as his form was somewhat monstrous and Piscean at times. Speaking to him through the cage, he seemed to have accepted his fate, gave Rincewind his glass eye to take with him for his report. Wanting to get a move on, Casmus inspected the map that Maven Delve had given you, but now there were three different paths leading on it to Gracklestug, seemingly muddying your passage. Doing your best, you headed through some winding tunnels, getting kind of lost easily along the lake. You ended up coming out into a large cavern. The walls and ceilings disappeared pretty quickly. Floating out on this lake was a dimly lit vessel, a keelboat, supposedly of Dwergar make. Debating your choices as to how to approach this encounter, you tried to be hidden, but it seemed you were spotted as the small ship veered towards you. And as it got closer, you could see it was manned by a single individual, standing at a ballista ready to fire at you all. As Dwergar called out for your reasons for being here and where you were headed, stating that you were traders, seeking to do some trading, in Gracklestug, got you aboard the vessel as an agreement was set for his choice of objects to give you safe passage to the city. As you laid out your wares, he started collecting all of it, everything you had laid out. Not saying no necessarily, but Rincewind didn't take kindly to this, and rightly so. Started kind of aggressively complaining, saying he was taking advantage of you all and that he should be happy. He did give a warning, but Rincewind kept it up and was received by an invisible Dwergar attacking him horribly at that, but you all engaged. There were actually a half dozen more invisible dwarves on this ship who attacked as well, some grown to large sizes and, well, flinging at least one of you into the waters. Weller started slashing off their sea legs and brutally killing all but one of these Dwergar that is now asleep, thanks to a certain spell called Sleep. And the ship was heavily damaged by another one of your spells. You find yourself drifting in the dark upon this lake with a sleeping hostage. And that's where we're going to pick up.
okay. Is there a way to get below deck to see if we're taking on water?
There is no below deck. You wouldn't be taking on water. There are holes in the ship. It's not the most well maintained. There is kind of a cabin within, but it's kind of like, it's not a glass boat situation, but the center there is kind of like a grate that water can easily flow up and into. And it's kind of like it does a little curve towards the bottom of the water. There's barely even a railing along the side.
fancy. We have a self-bailing hole. Water gets in, water comes out through the grate.
Okay. So, we've secured the hostage very well, I'm hoping.
Yeah, she's
And
unconscious. You guys could tie her up easily.
does it look like there's any other way to navigate the boat other than what
Yep.
may be broken?
It would seem that what kind of powered or like veered the vessel, the rudder has been severely damaged, along with the sails on the back of the vessel. which they're kind of like water sails.
Tools available on the ship that we could use for repairs?
Give me an investigation check. Looking for tools on the ship. With a 10, as you look around, there's rope about, and there is a ballista in several of these ballista bolts, but you don't see any repair stuff. There's wood. As you can see, several repairs have been made previously, but to the sails, not so much.
But is it just even like hammers and nails or anything like that?
You would. I mean, they've all got like pickaxes. I'd say a couple of them might have like some nails.
We have 3 old rafts. We need to patch some things up.
Okay. I want to approach Hamath, or Rincewind will approach Hamath, and
He's just eyeing this other dwarf. Just you can see little flares of his energy within his fist kind of light up every now and then.
And what's your deal with the stabby McStabbing on the lady after she was already unconscious? Hey.
He kind of. Well, they're the Stone Guard. You wouldn't want them to get word of this. An assault on the Stone Guard is an assault on the king.
Huh. Okay.
Is it a royal oath?
Well, I mean, no
Kinda-
pun
kinda
intended, but I think
shrugs.
that ship is probably going to sail.
I think it would be best if she didn't make it back with us.
So what's the plan, Phil? Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have to talk about that. Right now, I'm interested in getting all my crap back. So I want to.
As it's
Sure.
it was barely in his pockets at the time of the fight, so it all spilled out onto the deck. You guys do get all of your items back easily.
Oh, boy. And then I don't know. I mean, I suppose we could try to salvage some wood from our rafts to see if we can make oars or something, but we gotta find a way to move this thing along, and I don't really want to spend any more time on those rafts.
That is a good idea. The boat is
So-
much more defensible if we do get assaulted. And if it's repaired, it would probably be quicker as well. Well, unfortunate that the sails are broken. Kind of turns to Casmus as he says that.
It was either that or we were all dead. So you're welcome.
We don't need your
Well-
devil magic.
And you guys just have a thing, huh?
He
Okay.
does. I'm trying to be nice and he just keeps insulting me.
Okay. Well,
He spits on the
I-
deck of the ship.
look, we're all gonna have to work together here because we're in kind of a situation. So, would you say that this is a Stone Guard ship, or is this just any vessel that anybody could own? Is there any way to identify this as a Stone Guard ship?
Kind of looks around. I didn't recognize it as one. It's just a ship.
Are Stone Guard typically pirates?
Maybe if they're looking for servants or returning something from somewhere. I wouldn't call them pirates. What is pirate?
Open sea thieves or open water.
Open sea. No, thieves. No, thievery is not tolerated under the king.
Okay.
So perhaps this boat was carrying something else worth protecting?
Possibly.
To be fair, half of you do have collars on and make you look like slaves. So, returning stolen property, so to speak.
Well, let's see if we can maybe let's see if maybe we can break open some of these casks to maybe figure out what they were transporting. Look around to see if we can find some tools to make some repairs. And when she wakes up, we need to get some answers about what's going on around here.
I mean,
Okay.
if,
She gonna wake up soon. How long does sleep last?
10 minutes, I think.
if Emmett says that it's better that she doesn't say anything, might as well just push her down in the water while she's asleep so that she drowns.
It would last a minute as she does start to stir
Oh.
awake.
Okay, it does last. Yeah. So, boy, I don't see that in the chat. Dawnbringer. Okay.
I was just messing.
Okay.
Her eyes
well-
dart quickly towards all of you, saying nothing.
That's fine. We can let her sit there for a little bit. We have shit to do right now.
So what's the plan? Are we breaking open the casks? Are we repairing the boat? We probably should get started either way.
I think we can maybe do both. Does anybody have any carpentry skills?
I've got smith tools, but not really.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess I don't have smith tools. I would have proficiency with them if
Right.
I had such. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do we think? Do we want to see if we can cannibalize the rafts or a raft just to see if we can use the timbers for?
I mean, that's one way of doing it, but we probably should open all the boxes around, see what's inside of them first.
We can split up.
Turvey's already trying to pry one of these crates open up here.
Desmond's gonna try to open the one that's near him and near fungi right there.
Who wants to roll for what's in these casks?
Not it.
Sure.
Roll me a d20.
Just remember, you're not rolling for Dawn, so
Still be low.
Roll me a d6.
Mimics.
Okay. Starting to pop these open. Casmus, as you pop one of these crates open with your dagger or whatever, looks to be tongues. Large humanoid tongues filled with it.
He's gonna back away. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but this looks like to be humanoid tongues. He would ask Turvey up there if it's the same thing in his crate.
Looks like it. But these on our tongues. It kind of like pokes one a little bit. It's too soft. It's like
Like a foreskin.
no, it's not skin. It's like some sort of fungus.
Foreskin.
That's what I heard the first time. It'll pop up. What? And I'm definitely gonna go and take a look at any fungus there and see if I can recognize what it is.
Give me a nature check.
Wow.
And nat 1. You've never seen anything like this.
Oh.
I would say, as you're looking at them, Dusk, you would see a kind of glance between Hemeth and the other Dwergar that's tied up.
So
As
Hemeth.
in a glance due to the discussion of what's in the barrels.
Yeah.
Dusk will level a glare at Hammond and say, "What are they?" Pointed directly at him.
How are you? Give me a persuasion or intimidation, depending on how you're going about this.
Oh, I suck at both. We'll start with persuasion.
It's a low DC for Hemeth.
Yeah, but you've seen my rolls over the last game.
That is true.
Seen all of our rolls.
With the 16. Kind of lets out a little bit of a sigh. Those are tongues of madness. It is a fungus that if you eat them, they will make you speak everything you think. It is of great use to these Stone Guard to find out people that they're lying in the city. I have seen it myself a couple of times.
Oh, so
I'm gonna grab a handful and
No, you're
What?
not. I will slap those out of Fungi's hand.
What?
So how
it could be useful.
they certainly will.
They're very much truth serum.
I thought he was gonna start eating them.
Oh God.
I already say everything I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Fair.
Put my other
how
hand
much-
in now. Put another
how much-
thing in my.
How much should we take? I've got a bag of holding right here on my hip.
There
How much should we
are. Dusk, you're rolling this. Roll me 2d4. There are 5 casks of this fungus. Each would hold about a dozen. They're a little
Okay.
bit larger than a human tongue. I'd say probably the
Okay.
size of like an ogre tongue.
How many you guys you think we should take?
Well, let's see what else there is. I mean,
I mean,
is that all that they have on the ship? And why don't we see if she's hungry? Right?
I mean,
I mean,
take
Still
one,
putting one of these tongues in my pouch.
Okay.
feed it to her. But my question is do I take all of them and putting in the bag of holding, or
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I don't
that's-
think we need 5 casks full of tongues in your bag
What?
of holding.
right.
Yes.
What's the volume of a cask?
12?
There's 12 tongues in each. I would say your bag of holding could easily fit all of it.
Yeah, but do
Well-
we need 60 tongue?
Sure. I mean, maybe we can sell that somewhere. What about the other stuff? Do we think? I mean,
Given the ship a once over, nothing aside from what's on the Dwergar, like there's no other like chests or anything. It's just these crates and barrels full of this tongue of madness.
okay. Does anybody see anything on the bodies that might be useful?
All of them are wearing scale mail, have a shield, war picks, or short swords, or javelins if you need.
How many tongues would have Fun Guy put in his pockets?
I grabbed
Just
just
one?
one.
You just grabbed one.
Okay. So that means 59 in the bag of holding.
There are actually like 8 less.
8
Hmm.
less.
Yep.
He took one.
So you'll have
51.
51.
Okay. I just want to see if the scale mail's worth taking. What?
Scale mail is I think AC 14, plus 2 from your dex.
It's the same difference.
It'd be the same
Okay.
thing, yeah.
And disadvantage on
On stealth.
stealth.
Correct.
Well, I can't use any of this stuff, I don't think. I mean, Weller, you want a war pick or some javelins?
I think I'm pretty well equipped weapon wise, and I've already got some scale mail. So if anyone else needs some stuff, have at it.
How about the dude that was talking to us? Like the guy that was visible the whole time?
He would have actually had a. Let me double check him. Uh, 2 vials of alchemist fire. He already threw all of his acid. So you would have gotten yours back. And he would have had a potion of healing.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to hand the let's see. I'm hurting. Weller's got some damage going on. I'm gonna hand the potion of healing to Weller, and then I will then toss the alchemist fire to Dusk. And what else did you say there was?
And that's it. He already used his acid. So I was just saying,
acid,
you
right.
got your acid back. He lobbed
Right,
his.
right. Okay. Okay. Man. I have a lot of stuff that I have to add.
The tied up Dwergar will finally speak after a long stare at Hemeth. So what are you planning to do with me? Take me back to Gracklestug?
Well,
Did we?
I assure you it would be in your best interest.
Should we use a mushroom?
You
Every
think
time
that
anyone,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, anytime anyone mentions the mushrooms or mentions using them, Dusk will kind of make a pissed off cat face, which granted is resting cat face, but
Yeah.
he is not liking that.
You think they will
Using-
work on me? Go ahead. I eat tongues of madness for breakfast.
Seems like breakfast.
Just gonna talk to him.
I mean, There's no way she's going to answer us in any legitimate way, shape, or form. So we might as well try to feed her one and see what actually does happen. I don't think there's anything lost in trying.
What have we do then?
Who's gonna feed her?
Let's see. I mean, I think it should probably be a group effort. Everybody's got their fingers on their nose. You're gonna make the dude.
That's guidance on Rincewind.
Okay.
All right, so I'll grab one from Casmus. Will you hand me one?
Yeah, he's gonna give him
50.
one. Yeah, he's gonna give
Right.
him one of the bag.
And I'm gonna walk over to her and I'm gonna stick it right in her face. I'm gonna say, "All right, big talker, prove it."
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sorry, I got my character sheet there right now.
You do get guidance on this one.
Oh, great. Sleight of hand. Oh boy. Oh, and sorry.
No, you're good. With a nat 20. Yeah, she looks like she's gonna go in for a bite as you put it into her face, but you can easily just kind of push the mushroom into her face as she takes a big bite of it. She tries to kind of spit it out, but it does kind of. I would say you can kind of cover her mouth, forcing her to eat it.
Good enough. And we'll let you chew on that for a little bit, and then I'll just wait for her to start gabbing.
I
If it
think
works.
we're about to learn some dwarven curse words
Probably.
pointed at us.
Great. That counts as proficiency, right?
As you guys kind of wait, she just looks up at you with this look like, and kind of just shrugs.
All right.
Seems to have no effect on her.
I'll shrug at Hamath and be like, "Well,
We're a little resilient to those kind of methods.
nothing ventured, nothing gained." So, all right, she can just sit there for a little while. Keep an eye on her. Try not to kill her right away. And then I guess
So
I
I
don't know.
can, right?
I mean,
We'll wait
Not
until
right
we're ready to leave this area.
yeah, we'll see. Okay. So what do we want to do? Do we want to
We gotta
try
find
to
a way
salvage
there.
this ship,
Not me.
or do we want to?
we
I
want to
think if
take?
it's between the ship and the rafts, we try to repair the ship.
Right, but now then are we going to be able to navigate it? And Hamath, do you know where or how we're going to get back to? Who's got the map? I mean,
I do.
Once we get to Gracklestug, kind of leans in. We're not gonna keep her, right? She's not coming with us to Gracklestug.
Probably not.
I mean-
no.
I will not say anything until she is dealt with. Just in case.
well, all right, let's bracket that for now then.
So are we breaking apart the rafts to create giant oars?
Well, we got to find if that's the question. Are we going to try to navigate this Hulk and or I mean, or do we want to just give up the ghost on it and get on our rafts and get on out of here?
First of all, do we know which direction?
Casmus, you kind of lost your way when you were looking at the map for the day.
Yeah. Because this map is not very useful to know directions.
Well,
Can I look at the map?
Sure. There you
can.
go.
I'm going to attempt, given the map shenanigans,
Yeah.
to see if I can figure anything out utilizing my background. This is a stretch.
Give me a survival check.
You want help with that? I actually have the same background.
Actually, I think 3 of you guys have the same background.
That's hilarious.
3 of us are faction agents.
Oh, that's right. You did take that one. Yours is very similar, though. No, but if Fungi's helping, I'll give you advantage. I will say the map looking has its
Yeah.
for the day, essentially. But yeah, you could roll with advantage if you want.
Here, I'll throw another die down.
Okay. With a 19, kind of taking a second look, the direction that Casmus had led you looks to be in a completely different direction. Than what
Well,
these other pathways go.
let's operate with what we know then. These dudes were the worst sailors of all time. So we got to be fairly close to Gracklestug. Whether they were coming or going, that's I don't know. But I mean, I don't know.
I think
So
last
Haynes
time
said
something was said about the
repeatedly,
heat.
yeah, the heat.
Yeah.
It
So-
is warmer in here.
So, as we move along, I'll attempt to discern whether the heat is, increasing or what.
Sure.
But I'm sure that'll be pretty much all I'm doing. Just, I'm a cat. Whatever makes me want to curl up and go to sleep and do nothing. If that'll be the correct direction.
I got you.
I trust that. That's a good navigation.
But we still have the question of how we're going to propel, if it's going to be this boat, how we're going to propel it.
Maybe we can just fashion a large rudder or off the back end and see if we can do that, or
Maybe
Man,
we just
for-
sail.
Unless it's edible, I will have no skill in doing such, but just tell me what to do.
well, that's the question. So I suppose. Well, does anybody have any idea about how we want to propel this thing? Do we each want to take an oar and row, and somebody mans the ballista?
It will take
Well,
many of us to row something like this. Probably
Right.
2 on each side at least.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. 2 on each side and 1 to man the ballista.
So yeah,
And
we
then-
can do that.
And if you were to repair the rudder, that would help a lot as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 rafts, 2 oars made out of each raft, and then 1 raft to attempt to make a rudder.
We just pull the rudder out. If we're rowing, we control the direction we're going by rowing.
Yeah,
It's
but
a lot heavier than
rudder-
our rafts.
It is.
Yeah, the rudder's gonna help a lot.
But it's
And
it's
you will all
also,
get very tired rowing.
it is also more aerodynamic than a raft. It sails much better. I'll say pretty much for this it will be a group survival check. Just to see kind of how how long it takes for repairs and how well the repairs go. Starting off
Alright,
good.
let's do this.
Oh,
I exhausted my one good roll for the night. At least I'm proficient in it.
Normal.
It's all banking on Rincewind. Okay.
I mean, that's still not bad.
It will take the better part of like, I'd say like an hour and a half of all of you kind of working together. And you do make some makeshift oars and kind of attach kind of pretty much essentially half of one of these rafts, or actually one of the rafts almost in total, as a rudder of sorts, like kind of utilizing all of it. And just kind of as you're all like, it's warm in here. So I would say those of you that do sweat, because cats don't sweat and fungus don't sweat. But as you're kind of taking a, wiping the sweat from your brow, Dusk, Fungi, and Rincewind would notice what looks to be a cloud in the distance, in the dark distance. Not too distant, but it seems to be coming towards you.
Well, there appears to be some sort of cloud. I mean, does it appear to be like a cloud of vapor, a cloud of what?
I'd say give me a nature check.
so tired of shit heading towards us.
Here go the dice again. It's a cloud.
It's a cloud. In the Underdark.
Color again. Are we in a position where we can propel the boat at all now?
You kind of just got the repairs done. You guys haven't had a chance to take a breather, but you feel like you're about to be in a position to prepare or to make sail.
What do we do with the stone guard thingy?
Well, let's begin. Let's start to propel the boat in any direction and see if this cloud matches course.
How big is this cloud? I mean, is it?
I would say as it gets closer, not very big.
Shape do we think it is? Is it like a dinosaur? Is it...
I would say it's a, what are those wispy boys? What are they called? Not the cumulus, but the
I start. Is it the S ones?
Stratus.
yeah. Boy. Elementary school. But yeah, it looks kind of like one of those wispy boys, swirling around and just kind of not very high.
Dusk will load the ballista
Okay.
and say perhaps you should all get to rowing.
Could we all fit inside? You said there's like one room on the inside of the boat. We wanted to all fit in it.
Possibly. As you kind of look back, that's where most of the cargo was. Or like 3 of the barrels were. I'd say it's maybe big enough for all of you. Some of you guys are smaller than others.
We could try hiding out whatever's over us. See if it just passes by if we're not outside.
Well, I can't imagine that clouds would be naturally occurring in the Underdark.
Nah, you've never heard of clouds.
Yeah.
But we'll say as you guys are talking about this cloud gets closer, as it starts to come into view, you would see what looks to be large bats.
God.
But yeah, like bats. And then very briefly, I would say some of you would notice that they have large proboscises at the end of their faces, as a swarm of them is quickly and rapidly descending onto your vessel.
Should get
And
inside.
as you're discussing it, they are all right there. We're just gonna go
Wonderful.
straight to initiative here.
Have to do that?
We
you
got
know?
to. As a swarm of these, I do have art for them.
Okay, at least I got a good roll.
Oh,
Can you,
my
I'm
lord.
back to my bullshit rolls on initiative.
Can you restore my dark vision?
No, it is restored. So
I have
Oh, these things.
what I did
Yeah.
to it, it is dark.
These things do that.
I have made it to where your dark vision will actually be dark outside of light. At the moment, the only light source would be from dusk's dawn. So you can still see, but it's very hard to see. If
I
that
hate
makes
this.
sense. And you can absolutely see all those tokens. They're just very dark. But as this swarm descends upon you all, we have rolled initiative. As they seem to be going near last. Casmus, what are you doing?
I mean, they're coming right towards us, so
It would appear that way.
the closest one that I can see are probably. I don't really want to attack, but at the same time. How far to?
They're not very far. As
Are
they
they-
kind of
they're
start,
really high,
they're
or-
kind of swooping down. They're probably about 20 feet up at the moment. 30 feet.
Okay. Okay, so they're about 60 feet. So he's gonna back up. I'm just gonna prepare a Eldritch Blast for when they get about right on top of the boat.
Okay. Fair enough. That will take us to Fungi.
Yeah, I'm going to take the same kind of approach. I'm going to spend my action to activate Symbiotic Entity.
Okay.
And yep, I got one more left. And my bonus action to prep Shillelagh. And I am also gonna step back
All right.
here on the bottom of the stairs. And that's it for me.
And will take us to Rincewind.
Man. I guess I am going to. I am going to. Shoot an arrow at the closest one to me.
That guy.
I believe that is that guy.
All right.
Yeah. As a bonus action, I'm going to empower it with force, and the arrow starts to glisten, and then I take a shot at it with my hand crossbow, which is where? Where the hell did it go? Man, I have so much crap in my.
So whenever Roll20 doesn't
Oh,
update,
right.
they doubles everything for some dumb reason.
Okay, I noticed
Yeah.
that. I was wondering.
I didn't
So-
get it added back into my inventory yet because I was trying to add the stuff that I'd already deleted out of it because I thought we were
Oh.
doing that stuff. So
That's
I
fair.
don't have it in my inventory, but all my spells are there. So I'm like, oh my god, now I can't get a hand crossbow.
I gotcha.
Yeah, to come wait.
Fair enough.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna drag and drop here. Boop. Did it work?
Yeah, you got it. And it made 2 of them automatically. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
you,
did
yeah.
it? Okay, where's
But
that?
you got
okay,
'em.
there it is.
Roll
Boom.
20, everyone.
16
a
hit.
16 will hit it.
Okay. And we're gonna do that. Back to you.
For 8 points of damage as it kind of like shooting a bird out of the sky. You hear this little plop as it falls down into the water.
But still, hey, all right.
Anything else for Rincewind?
That was the worst damage ever. And I'm gonna say, are we getting under deck or are we gonna stand and fight? And then I'm gonna end my turn.
I'll think it's the Weller.
Great question. Famous Weller question. Am I familiar with these?
You can give me a nature check.
Roger that. Under in from nature. There we go.
Yeah, you've heard of these. They're called sturges. They suck your blood. They're like a combination of between a bat and a mosquito.
I hate all of what you just said. Are they
They-
attracted to light?
They're attracted to blood.
Hmm. Okay.
We'll just have to get rid of ours.
Exactly. No blood,
They'll
no
never
problem.
respect- They'll never
Okay.
respect that.
No
Are
issue.
the, if the
Well, shit. There goes that idea. Okay. Man, I just had a really dark thought about leaving the
Yeah, I hear
Stone's
you.
Guard up here. uh, okay. I am in that case. I'm just going to move to here, listening to what Rincewind said, preparing to kind of get in the little cabin.
Okay. There is no
Uh,
door on the cabin. I will also state that.
Yeah,
oh, that changes everything.
it's all right. We can.
But
we
it
can
does
fatal
give you
funnel
like
'em.
yeah, funnel.
Yeah, and I will just hold an attack for this round if they come closer.
All right. And sure enough, they do come closer. As they fly in, descending upon anyone nearby.
Pardon me.
So Casmus, your Eldritch Blast would go off.
This one right there. So let's.
That will hit it. As it is hued with blood as it kind of flying towards you, just blood splatters all over your face. Well, good, then that would actually leave. They were just flying in a flock. Because it would have been before it got to you. They would have. I'm just trying to split everybody up. And Weller, when they come into range, you could have attacked one of them as well. That will hit one of them. You got a favorite one of these four?
I will take I'll take that guy.
As you slice it in two, and the side of the deck gets covered in blood. Now they can make their attacks. Look,
What they do? Can I have my Halo Spores get
get that guy.
this guy
Yeah,
right here?
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Con 15.
You got a big 2.
Uh, 5 points, 10.
As it doesn't explode, it just kind of turns black and flops down onto the deck there. Now they will make their attacks. So 3 of them will try to attack good old Dusky Dusk. Getting a 22, an 18, and a 10 to hit.
The 22 and the 18 hit.
As you take 4 and 4 points of piercing damage as they latch onto you and literally stick onto your body. I'm gonna mark them with blue that are attached. Chasmus, one's gonna try to attach itself to you, getting a nat 20.
And hits, definitely.
As you take a big old 6 points of piercing damage as it attaches itself to you.
Oh, so that's 5 the temporary and 1.
And then Weller, 2 of them are going to try to drain your blood. Getting a 12 and a 20.
12 is a miss, 20 is a hit.
As you take 6 points of piercing damage as it latches onto you. As it's just like a little, like a mosquito, but kind of bat that kind of covers your arm as it attaches into your shoulder.
Can I riposte on the one that missed me?
Absolutely. No, you cannot. Because you had a held action, which used your reaction.
Okay.
And up here, 2 are going to try to attach to Rincewind. Getting a 22 and a nat 1.
I'm going to cast Shield.
Alright. Bring your
It's my gift
AC
for eye casting to 23.
to 23 as this kind of flash of light, multicolored light, deflects this one as its proboscis is about to slam down into your chest. And then Turvy and Hemeth. Getting both of them. As Turvy's not looking so hot. He took max damage. As they are all attached. So anyone in blue is attached. That will take us to Dusk. Thunder out.
So how does attacking the ones that are attacked work?
They're not easier to hit. They're not harder to hit. It's
Okay.
like because they're harder to hit because they're on someone, but they're easier to hit because they're not moving. So it just kind of cancels each other out. So it's like you can try to use your action to just attach it if you want, or you can just try and smack it.
But you do have to scream first.
Ideally.
Well, kind of giving a exasperated glance at the glowing sword in his hand, he will attempt to use her to hit that one.
All right. Trying to like kind of swipe it off like at the edge of a knife.
Mhm.
Big money, no whammies.
A 14 does hit. As like that
D8.
just cuts, yeah, well into it. As it does 12 points of radiant damage. As it just like, you cut its proboscis clean off. As it explodes outward onto the deck of the ship.
And then I will claw at the other one. and
Okay.
snarl at it.
A 14 also hits. As you claw and rip it off. Is it? Yeah, bloody mess.
Flurry of blows on the remaining one next to me.
All right. Kind of flapping above you. 17's going to hit it as well. It's kind of getting in the swing of it. Yeah, you annihilate all three of those around you. There you go.
This is such a small boat. Moving won't make a difference. I'll stay
Yeah.
put.
All right. That will take us to Casmus.
He's
Got
gonna start
one.
Chucking,
Yep.
grasp on the one that's attached to him.
All right. 15 will just hit. As it electrocutes and you kind of smell cooking blood as it boils within its body. And it falls limp on. It's like still kind of attached to you, but it's just limp stuck on there. All right. And we'll take us to Fungi.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna step up and take a whack
Got their turn.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you want to wait?
No, you go ahead.
I'll take first swing.
That will hit. Yeah, as you just smack it like baseball bat it right out of the air.
And I'll take another step forward and use the other side now of my staff as
Your Shayla Lair.
right.
9 is going to be a miss. As they're little fast flappers.
And that's it.
All right, and now I'm going to do the NPCs. As Hemeth is going to try and he's just going to rip off one of them. Yeah, I'm just going to rip it off. Hemeth is struggling. He rolled horribly. As you would see his hand kind of start to power with whatever energy he can muster. He tries to rip it off, but he can't get to it because it's on his back. Turvy will try to just like scrape it off with his dagger or with his short sword. Also rolling horribly. He rolled 1 less than Hemeth, an 8. The tied up Wergar is going to get real big. As she breaks her tied up restraints. And that'll take us to Rincewind.
All right. Well, since the Sturge is attached to Hamath, can I hit the Sturge?
Yeah, it's on his back. Yeah, it's like it's on top of him.
So, okay. I'm going to use Thorn Whip and try to take it off of him.
All right. Nat 20. Yeah. As you pop it off of him. Oh, thank you.
And it does. Oops.
It does 9 points of damage. As it pops right off. Slaps onto the deck of the ship.
And then, let's see. I will end my turn there.
Alrighty. That will take us to Weller.
Blue ones are attached, right?
Blue ones are attached.
Fantastic.
I was trying to put it on top of your token, but I can't actually do that.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Yeah, I'll attack the one that's on me.
Alright, trying to kind of poke at it as it's on your shoulder kind of bit. With your big old weapon.
Yeah. Let's not accidentally cut my arm off or anything.
Mhm.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I saw the one for a split
Yeah.
second.
You do indeed cut it off. No need to roll. Like, these guys have 2 hit points. Yeah, you cleave into it. No problem.
I would yell at Turvey to try to maneuver below, well, not below deck, but get to the cabin, since he's looking pretty rough.
He's got one attached to him.
Oh, we can just slap it as he walks by. It'd be all right. But yeah, I'm gonna stay right here because I got another guy.
Alright, that will take us to the Sturges. One of them automatically hits Turvey.
And at the start of my turn, or the start of their turn, can I reaction that one, the Circle of Spores?
Absolutely. Got a 10 on its con save.
And you said they only got 2.
Yeah, so as long as
So
you,
I'm-
no matter what, you can roll double ones.
So no matter what, because I got doubles, yeah.
As it kind of like spores land on this one, and it's just kind of like he's trying to reach and stab it and peel it off, and you just spores attached to it and just kind of shrink into it. Then these two will try to attach to fungi.
What you gonna drink?
Getting an 11 and a 10 to hit.
Nothing.
As kind of like trying these spores, kind of keeping them at bay for now. One of them gets a hold of like a little bit piece of leather, but pulls its proboscis out. That'll take us to Dusk.
And I will strike at that one.
All right. 16 will hit.
I mean, I can't do less than 2 points of damage.
Exactly. As you lightsaber it up, and you kind of feel this slight joy of feeling come from your blade.
Now, she would like that. These are darkness things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then say to Weller, nod towards the enlarged dwarf and say, I think we have a bigger problem. And then grin.
Fair
That's
enough.
it.
All right, that will take us to her turn. She's gonna reach over and grab Casmus, try to throw him off.
Oh, not this bullshit again.
Casmus, I need an acrobatics or athletics check. She
Hi,
wins.
Casmus.
I mean, definitely would win. I'm not
She
perfect.
rolled horrible. But she still wins as she
Right.
throws Casmus in. And
Watch out for the manta rays we saw last time.
Yep. And then she's going to... I don't have one for this. She's going to try to punch Rincewind.
Punch.
Yep. Getting a 10 to hit.
Rincewind just bats the fist away with his shield. Like, really?
As you hear this loud, like, gong kind of noise. That'll take us to Casmus.
It's gonna be disadvantage if I try to attack it, right?
It will be.
I'll still try it.
Okay.
So try it and I'll just blast at her.
Okay. And 18 just hits.
Of
She
course.
takes 1 point of force damage, kind of like tinker right in the back of her, small of her back.
And then he's gonna move closer to the
All right.
to the boat, which is exactly 15 feet.
Yep. That will take us to Fungi.
I will do a quick spin move with my shillelagh at Bigums here.
Okay. 24 will hit. She tries to kind of deflect it with her gauntlet.
But hold on, we got how much extra damage? Extra 6 for the spores from symbiotic entity.
Hmm.
Just 2 more.
As you whack her pretty good for it.
And then spin the shillelagh right around. Go
Back
to the side.
21 will hit.
Alright, so I gotta make like a custom one to this. Makes it easier, but the 1d4 plus 1, but add 4 more onto that because it's all
Okay.
6, and then another.
Another 6 more. Is it each attack or just the first?
What do you mean?
For the symbiotic entity thing.
It should be for every time I deal damage. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, for
6
we'll
more. And
deal
roll
1d6.
20. I could make all this stuff into your character sheet.
I could write this in there into mine. I just got to make like a single homebrew, whatever. I mean, I could also just click the 1d6.
That's true. All right, but yeah, you're whacking into her. She's almost back down to where she was when she was falling asleep.
And that's it for my turn.
That will take us to Rincewind.
I am going to take a stab at her with my short sword,
All right.
and I'm going to use my last favorite foe.
All right.
And I'm going to use a bonus action to charge it up. And I am going to...
Well, you only need to use favorite foe if you hit.
Right, okay. Got it wrong.
But you certainly do hit.
Wow,
Uh,
that is the worst damage.
That is
of all
bare
time.
minimum. For
Yeah.
7 points of damage. Just kind of you stab her, kind of in the leg. Should have killed me when you had the chance.
Oh, yeah, probably. But this is more fun. And I'll end my turn.
She'll kind of nod in agreement to that, as we lost Weller. Well, it's your turn. Don't go AWOL on us.
I heard you guys on Twitch, but you all were frozen on Discord, so
Oh no.
I'm glad. I thought for a second it was my internet. I was like, wait, I can still hear them playing on Twitch.
Yeah.
All right, on my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up and take a swing at the big old gal.
All right. Nat 1 is going to be a miss, unfortunately, as she kind of like rocks the boat just enough to kind of throw you off balance.
And I don't have anything good. All right, I'm just gonna sit right there, just kind of smile.
All
The
right.
pink dice are betraying you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That will take us to the Sturge, who's going to try to attach itself to...
I just use my last. Well,
Yeah,
try
that's
and use,
true.
if I can just finish this thing off.
easy enough as long as it. Go ahead and roll your dice, and I'll roll mine.
And it's just a con 15.
It got a 14, so it is gone. And that'll take us to dusk.
Reluctantly, Dusk will come up here, knowing how this is going to go. Anyway, take a swing at her.
25 will absolutely hit.
Get out of her, dude.
As you see this almost look of enjoyment and horror all at once come over this Dwergar's face as you stab into her. She kind of coughs up a little bit of blood before falling down on her knees and shrinking once more. This time absolutely dead. We're gonna have
Damn,
that
Dusk.
All right.
It's just
Can we
it's
help
gonna-
Casmus get on the ship?
You can. He is not in danger after he can hop up there.
Do we have any fishing weights that we can put in his boots? Try to keep him on deck next time.
Yeah, that's possible. I should do that. I'm not
That's-
just not the best acrobatic.
Dusk will move up and throw Casmus off. No, I'm just kidding.
If you
All
do
right.
that, he's gonna grab you. He's gonna grab the cat. And...
Might I suggest we start rowing?
Yep.
Yeah, probably the one of the strongest down there, and someone up there for
The
the
rudder.
rudder.
As much as I hate to say this, we should throw the bodies overboard.
Hemeth nods in agreement. I mean, if it is their ship, they might know, but at least no bodies. They can't speak to the dead.
And maybe
Yeah.
next time we can avoid being assholes.
Well,
Well, in Rincewind defense, the guy started being an asshole first.
right. Also, in my defense, I've had my face half burned off. I had to decide whether or not to kill my best friend. Weller bargained all of our stuff away, so I was a little bit salty.
Hey,
So,
All I'm saying is we need to be more careful with these situations in the future.
all right. No guarantees, but okay. I am going to cast Shape Water, and
Okay.
I'm going to use the water to swab the blood off the deck of the boat to
Okay.
get it clean.
No, I got a better idea.
Blow the boat up.
No, if I'm not needed to row or to steer the boat, I can use precipitation while people are rowing to clean the boat.
I mean, that's essentially what he's doing,
Oh my gosh, if one of y'all had the mending cantrip.
right?
Oh,
Right.
but hindsight with cantrips,
Yeah.
every time.
All right. So yeah, forever how long that takes to accomplish, and then
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
gonna,
if there's two of us, probably it would be.
Yeah. Can easily clean up the deck of the ship. As it just looks like a normal broken up ship.
and let's get going. I mean, we should probably hold up before we see the lights of or when we see the lights of Gracklstugh, just to get our bearings. But we're following the heat, right?
That is the plan.
Okay. I'll get those whiskers twitching. We'll start rowing.
All right.
And Dusk will stay next to the ballista too for the next inevitable disaster.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Give me a perception check then, Whiskers.
Here we go.
Okay. With a 16, after a couple hours of travel, tense hours of navigation across this space, you get the glimpse of an orange glow in the distance. Soon you would start to hear faint metallic echoes, growing louder as you come closer. You can see firelight illuminating massive columns with structures built around their bases. Cold air of the Underdark is much warmer down here, even at this distance. And you can see a variety of piers made of zirkwood, stone, even some plain rock jutting out along the edge of a huge cavern, lit up with fires. As you would kind of get to see, looks like lava kind of flowing in the distance as well.
Who is our best here at being dishonest?
Well,
I'm gonna look at Weller.
Emmett will say, "We don't need to be dishonest. Just don't talk to anyone. I know a couple of the docks that usually are pretty insignificant. You just take it, abandon the boat, and I can take you to my abode. Easy breezy."
All right. Is there anything else that we want to take off the boat? Did we take all the mushrooms, even the ones we couldn't figure out?
They were all the same.
Oh, okay.
You realize having those on our person can create a problem.
Well, they're in the bag of holding.
I assume the residents of this city know what a bag of holding is.
Sure. But as long as we lay low and make like we're traders.
But never mind. Dusk will just sort of shake his head and just continue to make sure we're going in the right direction.
All right.
Let's just get to Gagglestog. We'll
As-
get the girl afterwards.
Well, you do see it quite plainly.
Yeah.
And following the directions of Hemeth, he will kind of lead you to a, like I said, like a little on the side, away from the hustle and bustle. The area isn't very lit, if at all. I do want everyone to give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I will.
My last second stealth.
I will
or a-
de-ignite Dawn, obviously.
Or a survival check. And I will say
Can
you
I-
guys all have advantage because of Hemeth guiding you to this specific dock.
Can I throw in Pass Without Trace for everybody?
Sure. I think most people are going to be doing survival.
And maybe
I think
we
we're
did it all. Oh, so we're all right.
I got more in stealth than I got in survival.
You guys would kind of make it to this stone, barefaced dock. Really inconspicuous. Barely even notice it's a dock. You would see several buildings look to be abandoned around here. Hemeth will look to you all. Well, my place is just a couple of 2 streets over. We should probably never look at this boat again.
What boat?
You get the idea. If you interact with the stone guards, don't. But if you have to, just take it on the chin.
Just for shits and gigs, can I do an insight check on him, since we just haven't done one in a while?
Sure, give me an insight check. say with a 17, he doesn't seem to like the Stone Guard very much, and is kind of fearful of them.
But he's telling the truth about like his house and.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I would say you would get the impression that he might have had some dealings in the past with them. Kind of.
All right.
Yeah.
Smooth criminal. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum.
Essentially.
All right. Well, let's make for your place then.
As you all creep along, and the shadows of, you can see great forges nearby, but like I said, these massive columns and firelight beyond. Emeth leads you to a small, looks to be an abandoned home. Mostly abandoned just for the sake of there not being light there, not very well kept. Pulls out, kind of reaches under some stones. He finds a key, opens it up, looks around. It's in here, my little area. And leads you all
Amber
into
inside.
leads you all into a not too quaint. It's larger than you would have expected from the outside, as the interior does kind of go into the column of the space, into this like cave-like structure. Not ornate in any way, very plain. There'd be table, chairs, a couple of chests lining a couple of walls, and a few cots. Emeth walks over to one of the chests and flips it open, pulls out like some tongs and a hammer and a chisel. As I said, this is my repayment. I will take your collars off.
Awesome.
If you were to have those while you were walking in the city, you would be taken up as someone's property.
Well, we don't want that, do we?
He smiles to
Nope.
Casmus.
Careful, Casmus. He might leave yours.
Yeah, no.
No, we wouldn't.
Dusk will gladly step forward.
Alright. As you do, he starts to kind of pinch and twist and break the metal. It is not a fun process to get this collar broken off. He kind of pulls out a file to get the little finer bits. But eventually, those of you with any semblance of manacles and collars do have those removed, as well as removed from your inventory, as they're just bits of iron now. Unless you want to keep them, you can, but they're not usable as manacles.
Definitely gonna remove it from the.
Dusk will vigorously scratch his neck fur.
I'll drop those into the lake later. I would suggest you all get some sleep, or you find a way out of the city.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate your hospitality.
This is the most hospitality you will find from me.
Well, we appreciate what you've done here for us, Samuth. Seriously. Just getting the collars off and giving us a place to rest.
Of course.
Thanks.
Ah, that word, friend. I do not know many people who would call me friend, and I wouldn't tell many people that you would call me friend. but I appreciate it nonetheless. As I said, you are free to rest here, at least for the time being. I appreciate you bringing me back to my home. To make up for lost time now. But don't take anything in here. And I won't have you killed.
Seems fair enough.
As you guys... Maybe, I don't know what you guys are up to next, but you guys have arrived in Gracklestugh proper. I'll give you a little map of Gracklestugh, why not? That's a fun little map. Not that you know what any of it means.
Places.
As you guys would have arrived over here. Yeah. It's a lot more warmer than that map shows. But about as inviting as the map shows. But that'll
Why
be
would
yeah,
anyone live down here?
exactly. Because they were forced down here generations ago. But yeah, we'll take our little 5-10 minute break there and pick up here in a few, about 45 after, or 15 till, however you want to say it, and see what this city of Gracklestugh has to offer. So stick around, folks, and we'll be back soon.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well, alright, folks. We are back in it, so welcome back to our Out of the Abyss. Last we left, our troop made their way to Gracklestugh on a stolen boat, left it, and headed to Hemeth's abode within the Dark Lake District, where he took off all of your shackles and collars. You are no longer, at least have the symbol of being anyone's property. Hemeth has invited you to rest. And that's where we're going to pick up with you guys kind of in Hemeth's home. You guys taking a long rest? Are you just chilling for a minute? If so, what are you doing? Etc., etc. What are you guys up
Definitely
to?
need at least a short. Definitely need at least a short rest, but we could probably sleep, or should we sleep here?
Yeah, should we sleep the night? Or whatever
Should
passes
we?
the night down here? I'm out of spells. I'm gonna do
This
Who
might
else
be our
spells?
last chance to do this for a while.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we don't know what
we've been
this
up
place holds.
through fighting the fish woman, right? Did we take a? I don't remember.
No, we took
We took a short rest.
Short rest.
Right. Then fought the Droger. Fought the Sturges. Killed the last lady.
Yep.
Rebuilt the boat.
Yep.
Rode it all the way here. I'm tired as fuck.
We're tired, boss.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just saying.
okay.
As you guys make it to there, about
Apparently stole them.
Can you ping that again? Thank you.
Where
Okay.
where
Oh, there you are.
I'm using
where the
stool.
I was gonna say, is that
stool
Stuart?
He's there.
Yeah.
But you would see
Uh,
beyond, as you did approach Hemeth's abode, a large wall with several gates in it beyond. So you wouldn't really get to see the rest of the city at large. But you would see that the cavern extends beyond that. Essentially the wall that extends a good ways. It's this wall.
hmm.
But Hemeth kind of starts going through some of his belongings, kind of like double checking to see what all he has there.
Heyman,
Yes.
how would one go about leaving the city en route to the surface?
Do not know ways to surface. Your best bet if you're looking for a way up. Asking around in the Blade Bazaar, or perchance in Goldborn's lair, if they let you in.
What is the purpose of this lair?
Oh, it is a bar, a tavern. A quiet place where people reflect on the past. Not to my liking, personally. It is next to the Blade Bazaar, which is down just a couple of blocks away. The other option, leaving the city, would require one of two, possibly three people. Either the king and the stone blades, the stone guard? Can't remember what they're called.
Vanguard, yeah.
Or if you get going above the king's authority to the Flame Keepers.
Hmm.
There are a number of stone giants who live in in their own area in Cairngorm Cavern. But that would be to the south. You'd have to bypass the gates. Or you'd have to bypass the gates to see anyone. The hold of the Deep King is on the other side of Lodiger's Furrow, as well as the Cairngorm Cavern.
What's with the gates? Or what's with the wall?
It is to make sure that certain people do not go wandering. There have been some feuds in the past with some Darrow. The gates are to keep the Darrow from wandering freely, as well as strangers from wandering the city, those who would hurt them. Well, they are all manned by the Stone Guard. Unfortunate, but it is the way it is.
So, why do you live here?
Why do I live here? Good money. It's also, you know, I know a couple of people.
Hmm.
I mean,
So-
yeah.
So, what can you tell us about these stone guards? I mean, they seem to. Are they the police force? Are they the King's Guard? Are they the standing army? Are they?
They are the local, most. They are the King's men, the Deep King's men. There's.
Okay.
There is another tavern as well, not far from here, the Shattered Spire. You probably saw it on the way out, or on the way in. Doesn't look very recognizable from a severed stalagmite. But you have to know people to get in. Unfortunately, not easy.
So our choices to seek passage or a way out are one of two bars or taverns or a bazaar.
If you have goods, maybe ask around the bazaar, trade for information, trade for goods.
What kind of goods?
Well, this is the city of blades. So, if you have blades, or if you're looking for blades, or anything made of metal, you will find it here. Occasionally there are other traders from elsewhere. The Guodo occasionally, although they just bring trash. A number of drow traders, as well as the occasional gnome who is not enslaved.
I still have the fancy metal hoops from Spider Bait. They pull the anklets off my backpack.
That wouldn't be a bad thing.
We also have to still have some other treasure from other places, don't we?
We got back what we gave the Drugar.
I don't know if anybody kept an inventory from like when we were in those tombs or anything way back when.
I've got a blue sapphire with white swirls.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Oh. I know what that is.
We also, we also have a jar, but I don't know forgot who got it, but someone got a jar with a organ in it or something. Yeah, the
Jar with an organ in it.
I forgot if it was an organ. There was a jar in the. We found a jar. It was an ointment, I think. The.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ointment.
Dust
Yeah.
has the ointment.
That's
That's
the,
our-
the
Now we
healing
just-
salve.
That's
Yeah.
our oh shit emergency salve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Oh, we also
It
got
had-
a lot of mushrooms in the bag.
And I wouldn't attempt to trade or sell those.
yeah.
You would or you wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I'll keep them in the bag.
I'm
that's
sure
fine.
the stone guard would pay for information of someone that is dealing in those. Well,
yeah,
I know we definitely lifted more treasure out of that tomb.
we traded some of that to the drow traders as well.
and yeah, I traded
Oh, you're right. I remember. You're right.
traded some to a crazy fish person.
Yeah, because I have my onyx ring and the necklace I put back on my inventory. That's what Dusk took from all that. That was it. Well, Dusk is going to find a corner and he is going to go rest.
I would note, just a fair warning, if you see you see the ever burning throughout the cavern, stay away. Do not make eye contact.
Ever burning. What the hell is that?
It would be the heart of the forges, the foundry's heart. Also, a large dragon? The Wormsmith of Gracklestug. Commonly known
There-
as Thimberchild.
Ooh.
Yes, we need to leave this place as soon as possible.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
There's
that's the question.
Red
How do we
dragon.
leave this place?
There's a wall, and I have a climb speed. See you guys later.
He does not kill indiscriminately like what you hear of dragons doing. He is kept quite well as long as he keeps the flames burning. That would be the keepers of the flame are in charge of his upkeep, I suppose. So, pretty much, if you want to find way out, you either getting good with some of the merchants, you're getting good with the Stone Guard, possibly the Stone Giants, although they are not seen very often, or the Dragon. But I don't know who would surrender. The keepers of the flame, not the dragon himself. You will probably never come into contact with him. Don't worry.
How would we go about getting good with the Stone Guard?
I don't know. Catch criminals. Actually, probably yeah. It's
All right.
this is my 2 cents. My 2 coppers, if you will.
Right. Well, we should get some rest, first of all, and figure out in the morning what we do.
Distribute 2 good mushrooms to all of us.
All right. You got a spell slot still for it?
Got 1 last first level.
All right.
Actually, I can make more. What else am I going to use my 2nd level spell slot for? So
Everybody gets
we
4.
go to bed. Everybody gets 4.
Right, as you all kind of find your places in the Dwergar's home and get a good night's rest in this warm place, the most warmth you felt in a long time. Is there anything you'd like to do during your long rest, or are you just happy to get some sleep?
I'm just happy to get some sleep, man. It's been a day.
That is fair.
Yeah, but just look, I mean, he probably already knows the answer. But just before going to sleep, Gasmus gonna look in his book if it's still the same message. But he's probably already knows the answer.
It would be distorted. Like, there would be, like, a couple of letters, like, upside down. A couple of them backwards.
Okay. He would just close it. Probably he's just pushing it away, like, oh, he's just tired, and he would go to sleep.
Fungi is just gonna meditate throughout the night. I'll make that one spell change. And that's it.
Yeah.
Can I take
Maybe
another
we'll
gander
do
at this
okay.
blue sapphire?
Give me an Arcana check.
Cheat back up. There we go.
As you're peering into it, you see that swirling still, as if there's something in it. And you realize there's a pocket of air in there, almost with a face. As essentially, it is a blue sapphire elemental gem. You can summon an air elemental.
I've had an elemental in my pocket this entire time.
It only summons it for 1 hour.
Wow.
Only 1 hour. That blows.
Wah, wah, wah.
Nice.
Yep.
And if and when I use it, it's not gonna like
It's under your
turn
control.
on us, right?
You do.
Great. Okay.
It does require you to concentrate.
Okay.
If you lose concentration, it doesn't go away. It gets mad.
Shit. All right.
What happens at the end of an hour? Does it go away or does it get mad?
It goes away at the end of the hour.
That would-
Unless
that would
other
be
magic,
horrible.
gets involved. But you all get a long rest in, and would wake up to well, Ameth is probably just eating some food at the table. Looks over at you all as you start to stumble awake. Just getting some breakfast. Been a while since I've had good food. As he seems to be eating like stale bread is what it looks like. Some sort of sausage.
It's probably been longer since we've had good food.
Oh. Then I would suggest getting some food at the restaurant, the bar, if you can. Goldborn's Lair.
I probably should have head up there. It's gonna be better than these mushroom.
It is past
So-
the Overtake Hold, though, which is the Stone Guard's place.
Said it was a tavern. Don't they serve food at a tavern?
Yes, Goldborn's Lair is more of a restaurant in tavern. So if you need a place to stay with better accommodations, you could probably go there. But the Shattered Spire is a tavern. I had it confused when I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, but what we did probably would avoid the stone guard.
Neither of them have any dealings with the Stone Guard, as far as my knowledge.
Did you just say that stone guard were the restaurant kind of thingy?
They are... Over Lake Cold is nearby
Oh, gotcha.
Goldborn's Lair. At the edge of the Dark Lake District.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll avoid the edge. That's okay. Duly noted.
But if you go to the bazaar, you'll see all sorts of people.
Yeah. Well, I should try to blend in a little bit more. Hide my.
I would recommend wearing dark, plain cloaks. And he'll throw each of you a plain cloak that is kind of dust covered and cobweb covered, brown and grays.
Thank you.
Maybe
I
cover
put it
up
over
your...
my mushroom cap.
Yes, they'd recommend it.
I mean, I can kind of pass like a drow down there, kind of if I hide my tail.
I don't think you really want to be a drow down here.
No, but I mean an elf or whatever. I have.
A drow would be better than whatever you are.
Weller's offended that you think that you can pass as a drow.
Yeah. I kind of said somewhat, but yeah.
But I may not be here when you return. The door will be locked. I have some dealings I need to catch up on.
No, you did a lot allowing us to sleep here.
I did. I have risked my neck, my life,
Yeah.
and I
And we
appreciate it is, the debt is no more.
No, the debt is paid. We appreciate your help in exchange for us helping you come back here.
So are we heading to the tavern or to the bazaar?
Some food would be good. I think we should head to the tavern first and then
Going to the restaurant?
no, the tavern. Or the restaurant. Whichever you guys
Well, the Shattered Spire is close by. It's just up there. He would give you a little bit about. He'll give you the directions for up
If the
there.
tavern has food, it will probably be tavern food.
So yeah, this Shattered Spire is just a bar essentially.
Right.
Goldborn's Lair is an inn. While and it's right next to the bazaar, which is essentially most of this area. And Overtake Hold is what he was saying was there where the Stone Guard.
Well, then let's go to the Goldbrum's, whatever it's called, lair. We need to eat some real food
If we can get in.
if we can get in. Yeah.
Absolutely. As you take your leave, Hemeth kind of takes his leave as well, and you would see him locking up. Gives you all a nod and kind of heads the other direction into shadows. As you're walking through the Blade Bazaar to get to Goldborn's lair, I lost it. Here's a better image of what the place looks like. That's what you would see in the distance.
Well, guys, definitely going to be looking around, kind of amazed. Never seen anything like this before.
It is just heat and dark stone. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing either.
How does anything grow down here?
It doesn't.
You would
Aw.
you would kind of in your head as some spores get sprouted behind in your pack. I don't like it down here. It's so dry. This is
What's wrong
wrong.
with you, buddy? I'm with you, buddy. This isn't fun.
Seems like it's, I don't know, weird.
Says the telepathic mushroom. Okay.
It's not
So-
telepathic, it's the spores that allow me to talk to you.
Oh, that
It's
made
a-
it so much better.
Oh, wow.
You know.
Stool's getting pedantic now. He's been with us long enough. He's comfortable.
Garbage.
I would like you guys
Right.
to roll me. We'll go with Casmus. Roll me a d20.
D20. Oh,
Okay. Fungi. Well, you would see a variety of people throughout this area. That's where I was going. Yeah, the wave of heat as you start to enter the Blade Bazaar slams against you as acrid smog kind of rises and starts to choke the air out of your lungs a little bit. Dark
My
lights-
lungs?
Everyone's lungs. Yeah, I'll tell you what you see here in a second. The Dark Lake does spread out beyond the jumble of buildings and the streets, reflecting the lights of countless fires across the city within the hollowed out columns and stalagmites. Streets do appear to be crowded within, but you move easily within the surging throng of buyers, merchants, and slaves. You aren't the only outsiders here, as you see Drow, Severfneblin, Darrow, Orcs, and other races within the crowds. Shouting of people kind of blends with the sound of distant hammering to create this kind of constant din within the place. As there's definitely a lot of different people here. You would occasionally see these heavily armored Dwergar, usually in pairs, walking behind a couple of other Dwergar with long lance-like objects that go and kind of stoke different furnaces, as there's many people not only selling in the Blade Bazaar, but like making things right on the spot. But as you're walking through, Fungi, Rincewind, and Dusk would see one of these smaller docks nearby. Looks to be a lone Dwergar merchant of some kind of staring off in the distance. You three would see two robed, probably Dwergar based on their size, individuals with lightly glowing blades coming from underneath their robes as they appear to just kind of creep up behind this unsuspecting Dwergar, maybe about 40 or so feet away. Do you do anything?
I'm tapping Rincewind. You see that over there? I think that guy's in trouble.
Yeah.
And you would see them just start stabbing him.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it looks like he was in trouble at this point. Yeah, I mean, what do we do about it now, right?
Give him a mushroom.
You
Might
have,
help.
if you're gonna do anything now, like, or you can just walk away. But they are in this moment stabbing him with these blades of energy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pull my hood further up on and head down. I don't know. I just can't right now.
How does Dusk feel about that?
Well, certainly that's horrible. But at the same time, not knowing who the individuals are with the glowing blades and not knowing who the one looking off in the distance is, kind of hard to make a decision.
That's true.
So he will reluctantly, seeing the group not act, he will not act.
All right. Do you alert Weller or Asmus?
Yeah, I think we would.
Or even
Simply
Turvey?
to be alert of our surroundings.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of like try to shuttle everybody along nonchalantly as possible for seeing an assassination go down.
Yeah,
And
essentially, as like most people don't seem to notice that's happening. You guys just noticed it because you have a pretty high passive perceptions. Uh, but if Turvey kind of hearing you guys talk, what are you guys talking about?
Nice place.
Remember that Hemeth did recommend that we get in good with the merchants, and it appears that a merchant is being stabbed viciously.
Yeah.
As you
And-
look now, the two individuals are no longer there. There's just a body at the edge of a dock.
Well, there goes that.
I'm gonna rush over to him.
Do we even know if that guy was a merchant, or
I mean, we don't know, but
we don't have no clue?
somebody keep an eye out so we aren't seen. And
You,
let's see if we can.
I'd say if you make your way over there, you're going to be seen by people.
Right. So,
Because it is kind of like, it's just a dock that's enough out of the light to where, like, you won't see it. But if you guys walk out there, you're going to be seen walking that direction.
If we can move quickly and Fun Guy can revive the victim, I can't see any harm in that.
until somebody says, "Hey, they killed that guy."
Watch
Yeah.
my back, guys.
Being at the scene of a, murder is not good either, but he can get close and use magic. But we would need to hurry because, well, that only works for so long.
All right. As you
Alright.
all creep out to the dock, kind of going by a couple of drow merchants, and you would see across the way some Kuotoa merchants kind of with their fish talking horribly. But the drow don't say anything. They would kind of look at Weller, like just with a glance with side eye. They don't say anything. But they do have wares out for sale. But as you're walking out there, what do? When you're at the edge of this dock.
I'm going to creep up to the dead guy. Well, hopefully not dead guy, and kind of give him a medicine check to see if he's really like gone, or if I could revive him with a mushroom.
Give me a
Can we
medicine.
kind of-
Give me a medicine check.
I was going to say,
Yes,
can we
Bob.
kind of form a perimeter around him?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, lock him.
Yeah, the rest of you
And-
guys, give me a stealth check.
While I'm at this, let me also throw in knowledge of a past life. Anything. There we go.
All right, with a 15, you remember that feeling of the beating heart, the blood pulse, the soft skin, but rough hands from working in a field. Almost that feeling of being winded after a hot day. It's that feeling of being alive. And you know in an instant, this body is the exact opposite of that. And as you kind of flip him over, Turvey will say, "Oh, I know him. It's Wes. It's Wes Saltbaron.
Who was he?
He was a merchant. I've seen him in Blingenstone before. I don't know what he's doing here."
Can't help him.
The dead guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he's dead. I can't bring him back.
It's too bad.
There are
Well-
ways, but I don't think any of us is powerful enough for those.
No.
So do we report the crime?
As you're talking about it, you would see a trio of, actually it would be a quartet of stone guards walking along, checking out different booths nearby. They seem to see you all at the dock. One of them starts to walk your way.
Kick the body in the water and let's get going.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go.
Do you kick the body in the
Well,
water?
Hey,
Oh, no.
no. I mean, they've already seen us.
Yeah.
Or one of them has.
Yeah, but have they seen the body?
Right, because we were
You
kind
don't
of
know.
trying to block the body.
Is there at least like a table with cloth under it, like can roll?
No,
them into
it's at just the edge of a dock. There's no table or you're probably maybe 20 or 30 feet away from the rest of the bazaar.
And how far away are they from us?
They're about 10 feet away from the dock, walking your direction.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we do? Do we try to talk our way out of this? I can try.
You got a split moment to decide. What are you
I was
doing?
gonna say they're already
All right.
they're already
They're
there.
already
honest.
down here, so
Be honest.
Like these split decision things, you guys gotta
You
think
want
quickly.
you wanted me to be honest?
We didn't kill him. Call for help. Call for help.
Hey, what's
All right.
going on over there?
We were just walking around, and we saw this guy right here. He's just seems to be dead. We just came to because we saw him laying on the dock. Our
Good
druid,
one.
right? Our friend here is good with medicine, and he says he's dead. But someone killed him.
You walked upon a dead body.
Yes.
As this heavy armored, also mohawk wearing dwarf. Right.
I'm sorry. I wanted to help him, but I'm too late.
It would seem that you've helped him to an early grave. Oh, I know that fellow. I'm going to need you all to come with me.
Okay.
I appreciate the honesty that you've given. Need to make a full report as he kind of smiles up towards you all. If you don't mind.
No. We'll tell you everything we know, which is almost nothing, because we just saw, like I said, So I'm laying on the ground.
You can keep quiet for now so you get your story straight.
I think that would be best there, McLovin.
And he kind of gestures for you to re-enter the bazaar. As you would see in an instant, 4 other stone guards turn visible, just in a flash. You get a good glance from the drow that were nearby as well. Going to need to remove your weapons. For now, for our safety. And your own.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Smiles up at you all. And he turns and speaks Dwarvish. Anyone speak Dwarvish?
It's possible. Yes.
These 5 murdered someone. These 6 murdered someone. We're gonna need to take them to overtake hold. We'll take the body too.
In Dwarvish, right back to him, I'll say, "We did what now?"
Oh, you speak our tongue, Yellow Elf. Good, so you'll understand this. You walked up on a murdered body. Very likely, sure.
How do you know it was murdered? It was just dead.
I see
There's
stab
I
wounds. I see no blades but your own.
don't.
There's no
soul
blood on our
don't leave-
blades. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I don't understand.
Don't soul blades leave no marks?
These ones do leave marks.
Of course. All right.
These aren't soul knife blades. These aren't psychic blades. They're more of just energy.
Okay. Well, so there'd be burn marks or something.
There would be stab marks. They leave like it's almost like an ice pick. Yes. You understand. Especially none of you are Dwergars, so you see how this looks, right?
No.
I am sorry you do not see it with your eyes. And he kind of nods to the
Okay.
4 other individuals. And essentially, like, starts... One of them will go around and try to collect all your weapons. Do you
His
allow
arms aren't
this?
big enough.
They
I
are.
got too many weapons.
He can carry him. For sure. They're not going to shackle you, but they are going to lead you through the district as go with Dusk. Roll me a d6.
Oh, and I was going to attempt to not hand over Dawn since it's just a
Okay, give me a sleight of
a
hand
help.
or deception.
Here's my d6.
Okay.
I mean, I prefer sleight of hand, but your call.
Yeah, give me a sleight of
Good
hand.
start of the day.
Hey, what's that?
It is an ornamental sword hilt. It's
me-
just decorative.
Give me a deception check.
I still have I don't.
I guess I'll pat him on the leg and say, "Good luck, man," and I'll cast guidance.
Okay. I'll allow it. I would say generally with guidance, after the fact, after I've asked for the roll, is too late. But I'll allow it for
You
now.
bet. The rolls come so fast, you never get a chance to cast guidance.
Well, that's fair. They are changing guidance in the 1D&D stuff to where it's just reactive now. But even with a 13, no, I'm going to need to take that.
All right.
As they take all of your weapons and start kind of, not a parade, but kind of parading you through the Blade Bazaar. Not many people are paying you too much attention except for, like, well, Rincewind's freakishly tall compared to anyone else down here. And the rest of you guys have cloaks on, so it wouldn't draw too much attention because this seems like normal stuff that would happen to them. You would be taken to all the way across, passing by what you know is Golborn's lair, to over Lakehold. A small fortress, and looks like a temple dedicated to some goddess, carved into the heart of this massive stalagmite on the shore of the Dark Lake. But you would kind of be taken into what looks like an office of sorts, all stone and dimly lit with torches. And really without any aplomb are sent to a communal cell. All of your weapons on a table, maybe 30 feet away from the door of your cell. Maybe about 15 by 10 foot cell as well. But you would also note that as you entered, there would be several catapults and several chimneys from atop this place, as it is very warm inside this place. We'll be back for you when we're ready, so don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Are we in a cell? Where would we go?
He just smiles at you and walks away.
Left us completely alone here.
Yeah.
So much for.
There, you would be able to see some guards within view, as you probably have seen about 10 or so people in here.
But are they watching us, or?
Yeah. It would
Oh,
look
they are.
like not like directly, but they would get glances in your direction.
Desmond should look at my guy. So much for telling the truth.
What else were we supposed to do?
Kick the body
Lie.
in the water.
Exactly.
Let sleeping dogs lie. That was none of our business.
Is there? Did they leave behind any sort of like keys in outside the cell, or is there a latch or anything that opens the cell door?
Give me a perception check.
Wow. Not even.
With a nat 1, You don't see any key around. The latch looks to be made of stone. And it doesn't even look like it has a keyhole.
Probably.
How far away are the guards?
They're about 20, 30 feet.
And how far away is the table?
About 30 feet.
Okay.
It's kind of like this hall. There's this large hall with other cells within the place that you do see other people in rags that probably been here for ages. But it's very quiet in this place. Eerily quiet. What are you guys doing in your cell?
I mean, I can get out of here. I just don't know how to get you guys out.
I can get out. That's not a problem.
Are you sure of that?
What exactly does getting out accomplish?
Nothing. Exactly.
Without being able to get you guys out.
I'm no magical person, but it seems to me like a cell in a place such as this would have measures against leaving that way.
Potentially, yes. Which I'm not gonna try. But the thing is they're obviously gonna blame us for it, even though they have no proof that at all.
And if they intend to use their fungal resources, that'll be an even bigger problem.
I mean, it's gonna help us out because we're just gonna tell them that we
Stole a boat and killed a bunch of their people.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the boat.
We didn't steal the boat. We commandeered the boat. There's a difference. They attacked us. We did not attack them. We defended ourselves, and the boat fell into our hands. That's not stealing. That's commandeering.
And an argument could be made it was in international waters. I mean, we don't know. We don't
Well,
know where the boundaries are in the Dark Lake.
You're assuming that there's any form of justice here.
No, we're probably just
no.
going to get manacles again. It was nice while it lasted.
For fuck's sake.
Turvey will speak up. Oh, I know where I saw that fella at. It's a gem merchant. He produces a lot of the gems for the spell gems in back in Blankenstone.
Seems like an easy mark then.
Hey, he works with I think Kazook Pickshine.
Well, the hope would be that while there may not be justice, there's some sort of investigation. Surely none of our weapons match the wounds. If he's a gem merchant, we didn't take anything from the body, which would be motive. Not to mention,
that blue sapphire you got on yourself.
I boofed that. It's in the prison pocket.
Oh. Okay.
They would have taken anything valuable on you guys too. Just saying.
So
Then they would know that we didn't have any gems on us. Other than the blue sapphire. Yeah, other than that one.
I mean, they wouldn't have known that what if the bag that Caspus got around is
They would have taken the bag.
boat bag, so that means he doesn't have even his book.
Do bags of holding require attunement?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, there's nothing in the bag, only mushrooms.
Problem.
only yes and no.
Oh, yeah.
After waiting probably about an hour or so in this dungeon cell carved out of this impressively thick stone, one of the guards comes up to you all. Well, found something interesting. Come take a walk with us, eh? Opens the cell door as you would see the stone kind of fade away from the door. Coming with me. As a couple of other stone guard kind of arrive on the spot. This way.
I suppose we will shuffle that way.
As
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
really give you a choice, as the other two kind of make sure and like kind of push you in a line. They lead you down a hall. And you're taken to a dark office. And inside, you would see books, a desk made of stone, several, like, there's probably too many hearths in this office, but it still kind of has this impressive dark stone where the fire doesn't even keep it lit. But inside is an imposing gray dwarf. Female. She's fully armored. Bears an insignia you haven't seen on any other Dwergar. She's flanked by two other stone guards who remain by the door. I am Captain Erde Blackskull, commander of the Stone Guard. Starts giving you all a calculating look. Let me start by saying you are worth nothing here in Gracklestugh. Most of those in my command would sell you off in a heartbeat as the cheapest manual labor. However, I've learned to make much better use of adventurers like you. I will not... You are left with a choice. Do as I say, or stay in that cell. Does this seem agreeable to you?
Sounds less like a choice. So what do you got? We don't want to go back to the cell.
It sounds agreeable. Good. A drow, of course. And whatever the fuck the rest of you are. Strangers. Strangers to Gracklestugh. But it matters not. We have a presence in Darklake. A presence in the district here. But we do have a problem. We have been on the tail, tracking the movements of a Darrow. A Darrow named Droki. He keeps avoiding capture. Somehow knows in advance where our patrols will be, invisible or not. We know he lives in the West Cleft district. It is a place where we can only enter in force. Unfortunately, our presence would likely provoke a chaotic uprising, much like we've had in the past.
So, if I'm getting this right, you want us to go in and capture it for you.
Very astute for a surfer's elf. Yes. I want you to find this Drogi, follow him, see what he does, where he goes, and report back. If you see an opportunity, seize him, and either bring him back for questioning, or kill him. Bring back evidence of his activities.
Which one do you prefer, dead or alive? Is there either? Do you have a preference?
It matters
I just
not.
assume it matters not. Okay.
Better question. This gets us our weapons and our gear back.
Of course, I would not send you to the West Cleft defenseless.
That sounds more agreeable.
More
I'm
than
gonna
that.
whisper.
Good.
Rincewind gonna whisper to Weller, see if you can get them to take some of the heat of the guard off of us while we're doing this.
But more than that, we have suspicion that Droki is linked to a conspiracy involving a council of savants. Maybe even elements among the clan lairds, we are not sure. We need to discover how deep the corruption goes. Need to purge it. I would even arrange for your passage to leave the city for good. And we would never have to see each other again. We're also on the lookout for signs of corruption in Gracklestone. I've had reports of people playing music or people acting strange.
How strange.
Strange to our people.
Yeah,
Odd
but I mean,
ticks. Corruption.
So, you give us our gear and our weapons back. We tail Droki. Report back to you what we find. Either bring him in, dead or alive,
Ideally, yes.
and we're free to go.
Free is a strange term. You are free to not come back.
thanks, Hank.
And what kind of passage would you guarantee us? We've been in Gracklestug.
I would open
Less
the
than a
gates
day.
and push you out of them.
We've been in Gracklestug less than a day and have already run into your stone guard who have accused us falsely of a crime that we did not commit. What's to prevent them from grabbing us again and bringing us back here?
Well, if you do not commit any crimes, the Stone Guard will leave you be.
Not true, we didn't
Well-
commit the first crime.
True
In
that.
fact, the crime was committed by Dwergar.
You witnessed it. What did these Dwergar look like?
Did Weller witness it? I guess I saw them stabbing him.
Yeah.
You didn't get a good glimpse on them, though. They were pretty hidden in the shadows. other than
They
their
were-
blades of energy.
I didn't get
Yeah.
enough of a look at
They
them
were
to give you
they were in
details.
cloaks, but they had these shiny little swords.
They had daggers of energy.
As I said, corruption. If you see any signs of corruption, report immediately. I have a log. The more evidence I can build, the better. For the good of the Deep King.
For the good of that guy. Okay. Where are our weapons?
You're so concerned about weapons.
Where might we begin looking for the Starrow?
As I said, in the West Cleft district. If you go to Lodiger's Furrow, south of the Dark Lake district, you go down into Lodiger's Furrow. West, you will find where the Darrow stay. One of the places.
Okay. Somebody write that down. Weller, did you get that?
Working on it.
All right. Hey, where's a good place to get a bite or to eat around here?
Probably Goldborn's lair. Although we
Awesome.
eat in our homes.
Oh. Okay. Is that like a whole citywide thing, or is that just like a drugger thing?
We do not have the frivolous time to go to a restaurant and eat.
Oh. Girl,
Saying
you
no.
need to take time to smell the roses. All right. Well, let's go.
She kind of goes to the table and she hands you each insignias of dark iron. Like small dark iron swords that you can pin on. This will allow you to go past the gates, south of the Dark Lake district. Show them discreetly when confronted. You should probably keep them hidden otherwise. Should you find more opportunities to see and witness corruption, I would reward you more. Even properly.
We
Possibly
feel very
from the
rewarded for being honest and telling you what we saw.
You are being more rewarded than I have given to most. I would reward you with some of the Stone Guard's own armory. Should you require. If you find corruption.
What exactly? What constitutes corruption to you?
You tell me and I will be the judge of it when you tell me.
All right.
People
Hey, does any
acting
of your stuff
weird,
come in adult sizes? Sorry.
adult sizes. What is this?
Nothing. Nothing. Inside joke.
Yeah, he's just being snarky.
Do not have time for your jokes on the inside. Do not have time for your jokes on the outside. Don't come back here until I see until you see anything.
Duly noted.
All right. So, just so we're clear here, though, you're asking us to root out corruption, and I mean, what if that starts blowing in your direction? Not yours personally, but yours amongst the Stone Guard. Then what?
Then I would like to know if it is even more reason if there is corruption with my people. As she glances to the two stone guards at the door, then they will suffer a fate worse than others. Corruption within, corruption without. There should be none in the city.
Okay.
Let's retrieve our belongings and leave.
Yeah, let's go.
Just hang on, real quick point. Well, I guess you did ask about food. I know you want us to leave and follow the, track Droki.
Okay, yes.
Are you good if we go back to the bazaar and resupply, do a little shopping before we head out on this expedition?
If it
Sure
helps you
would.
with this endeavor,
All right,
I
just
do
making
not
sure.
mind. As long as you do what is asked, I will be watching. We will be watching.
Oh, one more question. What's the Council of Savants?
Among the Darrow of the East and West Cleft districts, there are Darrow that go mad with power. That is their leaders. When we rooted out quelled their rebellion years ago, we allowed them to keep their council. Kind of like, allowing a dragon to maintain its gloriousness, although it is little more than a furnace.
You ever heard of Bupido with Din Karazhan?
I do not know this Bupido. Din Karazhan is a blasphemous god who has murdered several of my people. Or Darrow have murdered several of my people in their name.
Yeah, we know something about him. Crazy Darrow.
They're all mad.
Yeah.
They have their uses, supposedly. There is strength in their madness. An accord is struck. You have my word. Should you find what this Droki is doing, bring me evidence. Bring me him, dead or alive. Preferably after you find the evidence. And I will let you leave the city. You have my word.
All right. Get our gear.
And as you kind of turn to leave, you can kind of feel her stare on your backs. Going down the hall, past the cells. Your gear is gathered. And you are released without any fanfare at all. No one says goodbye. No one says get out of here. Just all in this quiet. Everyone knows what they're doing in that place. And they just do it. And they essentially kick you out of Overlake Hold. Keep wanting to call it Overtake Hold. Overlake makes much more sense, as it looks over the lake. But as you are released from Overlake Hold, that will be a good spot to end tonight. As you're here for a couple of hours. Already get arrested under false pretenses.
Immediately got nabbed.
And but they're letting it slide if you do them a favor. But we'll pick up there not next week, because next week is the 4th of July, folks. So we'll be taking a week off, and we'll pick up the week after, which will be the 11th. So we'll miss the internet then, but we'll see you when we come back. I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday.
All right.
Go back with all your fingers.
Come back with all your fingers, and we'll see you next time, internet.
Put it
All right.
first, Terry.
Night, internet.
Good night, everyone.